Alright lads and lasses, I'm Eccentric, and today I am doing a review on Need for Speed Unbound. Yes, it has taken me quite a while. I've attempted this video many times. I've not been massively happy with them, so I think this has been like the 7th time trying to record this, but that's a me problem. That's not for you to worry about. Anyways, let's talk about this game. The long and short of it, really, is this game's not worth 60 quid. Nowhere near 60 quid. If this game was... Basically, wait till this game's on sale for about 40 quid or less, wherever that is in your currency, then I would recommend playing Unbound, because there's good things about this game, but there are just as many bad things. So this is why it's actually taken me a while to review it, because I don't know where I stand with this game. Because I don't think... It's not a bad game, but there's so many things wrong with it that I was expecting a lot better than really it actually is. So let's talk about a few things. First things first, let's get the main talking point out the way. The graphics. Now, let's ignore all of the cartoonistic characters and the effects just for 1 minute, and let's just look at the cars and the map itself, shall we say. It is a good looking game. I will say that. It is a very good looking game. You know, the cars are nicely detailed. They actually do sound nicely. The game, you know, frame rate wise, I've not had drops. And bug wise, I've had a few, but like, you know, some of them I've just had like cars ping into space, which is quite funny. But there is one bug that I have that is quite annoying that I'll discuss in a later topic. So yeah, obviously, you know, the game, it does look damn good, especially in daytime and in the city section. In nighttime as well, the city actually does look quite nice. It does get a little bit sort of dreary when you go to different places, like when you go into the mountains and things like that, then it can get a little bit grayer. But, you know, I know that can happen from time to time. Well, I know that does happen when you get to the more bleaker areas, then, you know, it comes a little bit more grey. But, you know, overall, I'm not displeased with how the game played. That was I accidentally balls that one up. So yeah, the cartoonistic effects, personally, doesn't bother me. I'm not that fussed about all the cartoonistic effects about my character. You know, I don't know the term for it, because I don't think it's cell shading. I don't think it is that. But I don't know. Someone that knows it better than me can probably tell me. Oh Christ! Come on, 190E. Yeah. So it doesn't bother me, all the cartoony effects. You can turn your effects off, but the AIs will still have them. So, you know, that's your problem. Of you can't really ever get away from the cartoonistic effects, and no matter what, your characters will always be cartoonistic. It's not going... You know, this sort of half and half doesn't affect me. But I think... I know definitely a lot of people would just rather more of the Heat style, where it was more of a realistic look rather than, well, this cartoonistic look. I think it could have been interesting, sorry, if it was actually they focused more on the cartoonistic side of things. I think what was it, Auto Modelista? I think it was, where that sort of was I think it's cell shading, but I think people might know what I'm on about. Some of the people I've played older racing games will know what I'm on about. It might have been interesting if they went for that style. I mean, yeah, sure, it's not to everyone's taste, but it might have worked out. Actually, it might have worked out all right, but, you know, it is what it is. Right, okay, what am I going to say? Alright, okay, let's talk about the police and the gameplay of it all. We'll get into the main aspects, all the handling, and, you know, the handling model and the police and things like that. So, first things first, the handling model of this game. As you'd expect from a Need for Speed game, it is arcadey. You know, you've got your brake to drift, you've got your tap accelerate to drift, if you prefer that method, or if you like neither, you can just turn it off entirely. So you pretty much have to use, you are pretty much using the handbrake a little bit more to actually get the car to go sideways, which is fine. You know, that's not too bad. Why this? I don't question it. Alright, okay, that's actually a pretty good, well-placed roadblock or spike strip, wherever it is. Whoa, Christ. That was close. So yeah, anyway, the handling. I find with the grip handling, this game, I think you need to focus your car a little bit more with what you tune for. If you tune your car for drifting, obviously it's going to be a lot nicer to actually drift. You know, no fucking shit. But what I mean by that is sort of the car would feel a lot more understeery to actually get around. But then when you actually do drift, the drifting, it does feel actually quite nice. The grip, it doesn't feel too bad in a fair few of the cars. I know a lot of the four-wheel drive cars, the grip handling actually feels quite nice. In a few of the rear-wheel drive cars, I think... Okay, this is 20% drift, so it's not grip, sorry, so it's not too bad, and I don't think it's quite powerful enough. Some of the faster rear-wheel drive cars, it's not quite as nice, I will admit, the grip handling. I do think it's a little bit weaker in that regards, just for the fact that it's not so much that the cars feel a little bit unwieldy. I do think, you know, that it's not awful to drive them. Oh, Christ. I've rolled. I haven't done that well. Well, actually, where is that different event? They do happen from time to time. Oh, it's on the other side of the bloody map. Oh, I can't be arsed. Oh, Christ almighty. Right, come on. Off-road 190E. Not really what it's designed for, but oh well. Yeah. I lost my train. Oh, yeah. The grip handling. More particularly in a lot of the higher powered rear-wheel drive cars, it's not... it's just not as fun as I honestly would have expected. I was just hoping for it to be a little bit better with the cars, just being that little bit more responsive, and just not so twitchy with the rear-wheel drive cars. Yeah, I just haven't had as much fun with rear-wheel drive grip builds as I have with, like, I know four-wheel drive cars obviously going to be a little bit more stable and things like that, but I don't know. I feel like it could probably just do with a small handling tweak of just the grip cars, particularly rear-wheel drive, just being a little bit more planted at the back. I know there is tuning and things like that, so that probably could be a little bit of my problem, but it's kind of, you have nice levels of grip, you make the corner fine, it's not like a heavy corner, then all of a sudden you've lost all of your handling. You've just completely gone, and you know, you're just tank slapping viciously and you've lost a hell of a lot of speed. Yeah, that can happen from time to time. It's not gradual losing grip, it just feels like it all of a sudden snap, which for me it kind of does ruin it a little bit, but it could be a lot worse, I will admit. It could be Need for Speed 2015. Let's not talk about that, shall we? Now, let's get on to the big problem. Yes, this is the absolute hugest problem. The police. Ooh, in this game they are not good whatsoever. Now, obviously, with the game sort of having a different day and night cycle in terms of you don't choose whether you want to race in day or you want to race at night. Basically, it just works like as a day thing. So I think at the minute this is Wednesday for the game. So you know, I'll have specific events and then I have to do it again at night time, and then I'll move on to Thursday. So you can get heat during the day by completing the events, as you probably saw from earlier on, where I went from a heat level 2 straight to a heat level 5, basically, in a matter of like 10 minutes. Or wherever it was, I cannot remember exactly. And then when I go into nighttime, that transfers over. So, as you can see here, I pretty much will start nighttime off with a heat level 5. I'm not really interested right now. I might slowly make my way over there, but no guarantees. Actually, to be honest, I think I've got to at this point. Where's... at the ski resort. Yeah, sure. They'll interrupt your race. Obviously, when they see you street racing in an event, when they see you in an event, they won't spawn in every single one, but they will spawn in majority of the. They'll spawn in the races. I don't think they'll spawn in endurances. But basically, your normal races, they will spawn in a lot. Because there's different flavours of the race. You've got normal street race. You've then got Corner King. So you've got your more twistier races. And then you've got your Speed King, I think it's called. Where essentially top speed is going to be more of a factor. So you can sort of choose your car there. Basically, those three races are where you're going to see the police. And you will see them very, very often. And, you know, that's not too bad. I don't mind that so much. However, in how it worked in Heat, in case you haven't played that game, when you had the police going to be chasing you at the end of the event, how it worked is that the game still gave you full control of your car. So when you're in the police chase and you're going to go straight into free roam, you will, you know, you'll still have full control of your car. You'll, what's it? I've forgotten the term for it. Your, oh, balls, what is it called? How have I managed to forget? I was making a valid argument and I just completely forgot. Momentum. That's the one I was looking for. Your speed it does not get altered whatsoever when you finish the event. In this game, obviously, you go through a cutscene, you obviously see your person celebrate, or you obviously see whoever wins the event celebrate, or what. Actually, it's not the event whatsoever. I think it's whoever wins the bet. I don't know if I was meant to. I don't think I'm meant to be here. Oh, God, please, please, please. No, I'm going to get into a police chase here, aren't I? Yep. Alright, okay. I'm going to get into a police chase here. Oh, come on. Yes. So, I'll eventually get onto my point. Obviously, once we do this whole cutscene thing, and then you've got a police chase starting in free roam, obviously, you know, you go through the cutscene, and then you go cop chase resuming. Okay, that's fine. So I'm going to have to try and escape from the police in free roam. Not to worry. What is a big problem is the fact that once you get out of that little cutscene, the game removes a lot of speed from you. If you're travelling, I've got actually recorded an example of this that I'll just throw in an edit. I crossed the line at about 200 miles an hour and I've got a police unit basically chasing me because they spawned in at the finish line. So when that happens, obviously I'm going to have to escape from the police when I go into free roam. But when I get control back of my car is put into first gear and I have had about half of my speed axed for no reason. I was travelling at 200, I then have control of my car at 100 miles an hour in the wrong gear. So if you're in manual, as soon as you finish the event and you're going to see cop chase resuming, you have to spam gear up to actually be into the correct gear, but half your momentum is gone anyway. So it's just, it is really, really annoying. Not only that, they will teleport the police to you. Now that is really stupid. Like, they'll just be teleported to you. That absolutely has to go. But my complaints don't stop there. Because I have had it at times where the police are... Oh yeah, endurance, I forgot that was the other one. The police, I don't think actually show up in endurances. Where essentially there was no police near me. Absolutely none near me. I've had it at time where, yeah, sure, there might be a police chase going on, but they're nowhere near me, so I would have gotten away from them anyways, even if I was in free roam. Oh no, they actually do spawn here. I don't know. It's just inconsistent. Sometimes they don't spawn, other times they do in an endurance event. Fuck knows. But yes, it's happened to me more, I think, on the lower heat levels than it actually does on the higher heat levels, where basically there could be no police near me, and then all of a sudden I've got 2 police teleported to me, and obviously I've lost half of my speed. which is just downright stupid and annoying, and that should not happen. If there's no police following me, I should not have a police chase. The other thing that happens as well is if a helicopter is the only vehicle in the chase, then you won't get into a police chase. But it's so inconsistent on just how the game wants to decide if you go into a police chase or not. It should be, if there's no police anywhere near you, chase or not, you shouldn't have to then escape the police as soon as you enter free roam, because there's nothing near you. Why do I have to escape from the police that are nowhere? The other thing as well, I still haven't yet finished complaining about the police. Honestly, it's just how bad they are. In an event, the police will target, well, I think what is meant to happen is they are meant to target the leader. Alright? That is my general thought. However, a lot of the time, they don't even do that. I've had it where I am not in the lead, and they will just target me. And then I've had it where I am in the lead, and then they will target me. That's how I'd expect it to work. But I've had it where the AIs will be in the lead, they'll target the AI. But they will never target the AIs when they're not in the lead. I have not seen the police target AIs behind me. Which is just, how do they work? Are they meant to chase the leader? Do they just focus the player? I don't know. It's so inconsistent. They basically just do whatever the fuck they want. There's just no consistency in it whatsoever. Not only that, yes, this still is on about the police. They're awful in the chase as well. They really are quite bad in the chase. I can't remember who it was. But they were just cruising along at about 40 miles an hour, just buzzing the limiter in first gear, and the police never went for a swing at them, never tried to pit maneuver, things like that. I mean, yeah, sure, they will at some point try and actually do a pit maneuver on you, they will try and take you down, things like that, but it's not all the time. That's what I mean. I think that's the main word to describe the police, is just inconsistent. Did that one just spawn in on the racetrack? I'm pretty sure that one literally just spawned ahead of us. Bloody hell. Can I beat the LaFerrari? Or just fire it? Are you actual fucking... Okay. Bloody shite. That's annoyed me. But it doesn't matter, I won the bet anyway, so pretty much I've just earned more money. I pretty much earned more money than Shimizu anyway, so there we go. Huh? Yeah, so I'm gonna have to... Yeah. There was only one police there, and there's now spawning... Actually, where... Oh, there's the thing there. Well, I'll just go up the ski jump, why not? Actually, to be honest, I'll see if they'll follow me off the super ramp. But yeah, they will have, at some points, actually try and go for good hits, and do not get me wrong, they do from time to time, but majoritively it's the heavies that actually do anything. Okay, this will be a test on the police, because I have seen them follow me over the jumps, but will this Corvette follow me over this? They won't instantly wreck. Right, okay. No, they actually do follow me. Yeah, so that's the main thing. The police in this will actually follow you over jumps. So, you know, that's fine enough. But they just... I don't understand the police. They just, like I said, the main thing is that they just feel inconsistent. The roadblocks and the spike strips as well. Sometimes they are actually spawned where you'd expect them to spawn. You know, on the road in front of you. So they actually are a problem. You know, that's to be expected. That's how they should work. However, a lot of the time, that just isn't the case. So, for example, I'm down this mountain road. So, obviously, I know the roadblocks spawned there before and things like that. But I could just be going down this road anyway. But the spike strip could spawn, for example, here. Nowhere near me. So, it... Well, I mean, that's probably a bad example. I'll probably give a better example. Over here, right, I'll go on the motorway. So I'd be cruising along here at 200 miles an hour. You'd expect a roadblock to be on the motorway. Well, that doesn't happen. The roadblock could be, like, there. Like, I'm not going to go on that road whatsoever. So, it's just... it's just, basically, to put it politely, shit. That's honestly what it is. It is just baffling. It's awful. Just, no. Really, just, no. That's all I can say to put it, just the best terms possible, is no. Right, I'll do the delivery. I mean, because the risk of it, of being arrested in this game, obviously, when you did it in Heat, you lost, I think, a little bit of money, and I don't know how much rep you lost. I never actually got arrested. Didn't look into it. But in this game, if you... Because you obviously earn money during the events, and obviously from the side bets as well. But you don't actually fully earn it until you go to a safe house and bank your money. So if you get arrested... I mean, what, I've got, I think, at risk, yeah, 176,000. If I get arrested, that's it gone. That is all that money gone. Which is very high risk. That I actually do like quite a lot. I like how that is the risk. A lot of hard-earned money could just be gone because I got arrested. Yeah, now that mightn't be to everyone's personal taste, but to me, no, that's how it should be. That is high risk. So, yeah, you know, there is that, but like I said, I think earlier, the only real main difficulty is just putting your car at a lower PI, just so you can make more money from the side bets, rather than actually increasing the car, rather than increasing the game difficulty, just for the sake of making it harder on yourself. So, yeah, if you want to earn money in this game, that's what I'd recommend. Just stick the AIs on the easiest difficulty, and just have your car at a lower PI, just so you can make more money from the side bets. I mean, you know, you get more restarts if you balls it up, rather than 2. So, really, that's... I think for a lot of people, that's probably going to be the preferred way to play. So, I mean, I have played it in the harder difficulties. I've played it on the hardest difficulty, you know, see what the police were like, especially in Heat Level 5, and see what the AIs were like. And the AI races on the hardest difficulty are actually a very good challenge, especially in the drift and the whatever showdown, I don't know, Gymkhana-esque event is called, I don't care. The harder difficulties are a good challenge. They're not easy whatsoever. I remember the point I was actually trying to make before. Basically, what I was trying to talk about was the catch-up. My mic cut a few times during this video, so I do apologise for that. Anyways, what I was trying to make with the Corner King stuff, their catch-up isn't that much of a problem, even in the lower difficulties. The main time you will actually notice the catch-up is when you're doing the high speed events, because their top speed will be a lot higher than yours, and that is when it will come into effect. I have nearly lost events before because of the catch-up, so that is really the only time you'll actually notice the catch-up actually going into effect. So, you know, it's not too bad in this game, actually, all of the catch-up stuff, but it's only, you know, keep that in mind with when doing the higher speed events. You will definitely need a higher top speed car just because of the AI's catch-up actually going into effect there. Right, okay. I'll actually get onto, obviously, if you've got little different challenges like drift zone, jumps, things like that, they're returned little speed zones, you know, they're simple enough. The thing I'll actually talk about is the challenges, the little free roam challenges that you get. Now, some of them are sort of nice and simple in terms of you get things like, for instance, get airborne for 3 seconds during a delivery, spend 60 seconds in 8th place in one race, and earn 3 stars in a drift challenge. You know, so all challenges, you know, they're fine and whatnot. They're not too much of a problem. Other problems I have had is a lot of them bug out. So I've had one of the challenges where I needed to complete a drift event when I am in a heat level 3 pursuit. And at the time I was actually at a heat level 5 pursuit. That one challenge, I was trying it for about 5 minutes. It never worked. It never worked properly for me. Because I've had it times where the police were chasing me during the drift event, but then they lost me somehow. I wasn't being that sporadic with my driving. And they lost me, so I basically completed the drift event whilst being in the searching phase of the pursuit. And then I did the drift event again with the police actually chasing me, and it didn't count. And then I had another one where I had to break a billboard during a heat level 5 pursuit. I did it, it bugged out, it didn't actually complete. So what I had to do was that I did an event, went back to do the billboard challenge, and then it worked fine. But the drift event one never worked. So the drift event one completely bugged out, and it's not the only challenge I've had bug out. I've had many of the free roam challenges just refuse to work. They just completely bug out. So I then have to go away, do something else, and then retry them, and then eventually they will work. And considering some of these challenges will give you 8 grand, it's ridiculous how they don't actually work properly. That is a major bug. Some of the other ones that aren't too bad is I've had cars ping into space, and to be honest, and also as well the Crown Vic has a little bit of a sound bug where I think with the reward Crown Vic, I can't remember what engine is in it, but if you sort of at its top speed and you're sort of near the rev limiter, then the sound does actually fully cut off. So there's another. It's just a sound bug. It's not that big, but the challenge one is absolutely huge. I can't be bothered to actually do those challenges, so I'm just going for the I'm just gonna bank this money and then I'll show off the customization, because the customization in this game, it is good. It is very good. Obviously some cars have better customization than others, that's to be expected. But yeah, so there you go. You'll be able to see heat gain. I'm now on heat level 5. That'll be starting off the nighttime event with. So let's talk about all the customization. I'm not going to talk about all the story crap. I don't actually care. So customization in a lot of cars is very good, actually. A few of them, I'll show off it first. Things first. New to this game is the legendary customs body kit, where it does some absolute mental body kit customization, and you know it might put on a livery. And so for this GTR, for instance, shut up, voice actors, I don't care. You know, for this one, we've got the engine that's been exposed, and you know you can see it's a V6. Not only that, you've got exhaust just absolutely everywhere. That's absolutely brilliant. Now, a few cars will not have anywhere near this customization. So, for instance, if I go to model name, go to AMG, where is it? The Black Series here. This has, I think, no body kit customization. One I could definitely guarantee that doesn't is I'm better off actually going to model name here by custom. This absolutely doesn't have any body kit. Oh, the SVJ actually does. Yeah, the Countach, new Countach, won't have any body kits. I mean, to be honest, it's just brand new, so I can understand that one. As well, the other one is the GTR Nismo, is another one without body kit. However, that was the same in Heat as well, so you know I'm not going to begrudge about that one. But yeah, the customization has improved a lot. A fair amount of cars has good customization. And the car list as well is actually quite good. There's a lot of it has returned from Heat, which is a good start, to be honest. And then we've got a few more bells and whistles, things like this, the 190E, Lotus Emira, the AMG Black. We got the RX-8 Spirit R back, the SRT Hellcat that I'll actually get into, show off some of the customization. yeah, a lot of, it's nice to see that we've just got a few more bells and whistles to this car list. Because Heat's car list is actually quite good, especially with a lot of the cars having customization. And in this game, obviously, we've got more cars and a fair few of them have got even more customization as well. Another thing is, if you really want to, you can just remove bumpers on a lot of the cars. I don't think, not every car you can, but you can just go, you know what? Oh, I accidentally took a screenshot. You know what? Nah, I don't want the front bumper, and you absolutely can. Oh, no, I didn't. I think I pressed a different button. And it's the same with the rear bumper as well. I can just go, yep, off. And yeah, that's brilliant, to be honest. Some of the cars allow you to obviously change the roof, but you can do all the usual stuff. Front wheels, all of the tyres, rims, calipers, discs, all of these change individually in case you do like that. You can change the colours. Engines exhaust, yeah, I don't actually care. See, you can almost actually makes the white wall a little bit more pronounced. All right, okay, that's actually pretty cool. So yeah, you could do all of that jazz. Same thing, you could do all the ride stancing, all the exhaust sounds, vanity, so you can change the horn. You can obviously add neons, they're not free, but you can do different gubbins with them, obviously air suspension, all that stuff. The performance, obviously this game has engine swaps, but it works a little bit differently. In Heat, you had to get reputation to unlock upgrades. In this, you just have to spend money to actually upgrade your garage to then unlock the more exciting engines and upgrades or things like that. So, so for this I've already got a Pro, but I can then add in a better induction and odds and sods like that. And to be honest, these are quite amusing a lot of the time. A lot of these performance upgrades, like this ECU adding 100, basically almost what's that, 160 horsepower. It's just amusing. Obviously, you've got all this governs as well. And you can tune the car, like I said before, obviously handling, make it more drifty. I probably might need to do that, to be honest, change the downforce. This game actually does have traction control, which surprised me. I wasn't expecting that, but it does have it, so there you are. So, yeah, I don't think I'm missing anything other than the point I was going to make a while ago and then forgot. So, to conclude about Need for Speed Heat. This isn't Heat. This is Need for Speed Unbound. To conclude about this game, it's good. Do not get me wrong, it is good. There are many, many downsides to this game, though. First things first, the police, that needs to be updated. They absolutely need to be updated. The pursuits need to be better. The starting a pursuit in free roam needs to be better when you just leave an event. Yeah, the roadblocks as well need to be improved. Basically, the police need a buff. But at the same time, finishing an event needs to be swapped entirely so that you don't just go from 200 miles an hour to about 90, start in the wrong gear, so you have to make sure you actually get into the correct gear, and then you've got proper control of your car again. The first 10 hours of this game, obviously playing the EA trial, is honestly the worst part of this game. The prologue takes a fucking hour to complete. The entire prologue is 1 hour, which is just stupid. And if you're playing the trial, you also only get access to week 1 up to the qualifier. And honestly, this is the weakest part of Unbound, even more so than Heat. At least Heat didn't take basically a lot of time to actually kick off properly. Once you get to Heat week 2 and things like that, then things do improve big time. But it takes a while. It really does take a while. So yeah, at this moment in time, with Unbound, if you want to play this game, don't. Wait until the game goes on to offer. I'd honestly say that. Wait until this game goes on sale, then buy it. Because it is absolutely not worth 60 quid. I do hope, though, that this game does get improved. It's only been out for a little bit, so I'm sure updates will come. I just hope that they actually do make the correct updates to this game. However, that's going to be it for the video. Do hope you enjoyed. All feedback is appreciated. If you've got your own opinions about Need for Speed Heat, then, you know, please feel free to share them in the comments below or in the Discord. You know, feel free to say hello to me. It's up to you. However, that's it from me. Take care, and ciao for now.